Car buying in the United States is undergoing a quiet but noticeable transformation, not driven by sweeping legislation or immediate price hikes, but by the growing uncertainty around tariffs and trade policies. For a significant number of American consumers, the mere possibility of cost increases is enough to accelerate their decision-making, pushing them to purchase new vehicles earlier than planned. It's not a reaction to actual price tags changing, but rather the anxiety of what might come next. This shift in mindset is reshaping the auto market in subtle, but impactful ways, as consumers scramble to stay ahead of what they fear may be inevitable price surges. A recent study by Edmunds highlights this evolving behavior. It found that nearly 4 in 10 car shoppers, 37%, are planning to make their next vehicle purchase sooner, specifically to avoid potential tariff-related price increases. This is significant, considering that tariffs haven't yet drastically changed sticker prices across the board. Instead, it's the looming threat of a higher bill down the road that's making buyers feel the pressure to act now. In many ways, the real impact of tariffs isn't being felt in manufacturer pricing sheets, but in the psychological calculus of everyday buyers. What's even more telling is that the fear of tariffs is far from a fringe concern. According to the same Edmunds study, a massive 75% of respondents said tariffs would play a role in their next vehicle purchase decision. Out of that, 44% said tariffs would definitely influence them, while another 31% said they would somewhat affect their plans. These numbers point to a deep undercurrent of unease rippling through the American car buying public. It's not just about what's happening right now, it's about the direction things could take in the near future. That uncertainty alone is strong enough to drive real-world changes in consumer behavior. One clear result of this unease is a noticeable uptick in preemptive purchases. Buyers, uncertain about whether vehicles might soon become more expensive due to import taxes or other trade policies, are choosing to act early rather than risk paying more later. They're adjusting their timelines and stretching their budgets sooner than planned. Some are even changing the type of vehicle they're shopping for, opting for less expensive models or turning their attention toward used vehicles. The shift isn't just happening on dealership lots, either. Online browsing data reveals more Americans are searching for used vehicles and certified pre-owned models, even if they originally intended to purchase new. Used cars are quickly becoming a safe haven in this climate of unpredictability. Over half of the people surveyed, 58%, said they are now more interested in buying a used car. In addition, 46% are considering certified pre-owned vehicles, which often come with warranty coverage and the reliability of factory inspection, making them a smart choice for those who want peace of mind without paying new car prices. This increase in interest for used vehicles is a clear response to the perceived financial risks on the horizon. It shows that buyers are not only concerned about upfront costs, but also thinking about long-term value and how to navigate an increasingly unpredictable market. Interestingly, some of this behavioral shift is tied to broader political context. Policies championed by former President Donald Trump, including a strong emphasis on tariffs, may not have caused immediate pricing chaos in the auto sector, but they've definitely had an influence on market psychology. The uncertainty stemming from these trade policies has already nudged some shoppers toward quicker decision-making, and in some cases, steered them away from new car dealerships entirely. The result is a noticeable uptick in used car sales, an area of the market that now looks more appealing than ever to cost-conscious consumers. It's also worth noting that the American public isn't reacting uniformly. While 37% of respondents said they plan to buy sooner, another 25% said they would actually wait longer before making a purchase, possibly in hopes that policy changes will clarify or that prices will stabilize. Meanwhile, 11% of survey participants revealed that they had already purchased a new vehicle ahead of any tariff changes, essentially trying to beat the market. Only a relatively small segment, 27%, reported that the tariff issue would not impact their buying decision at all. This shows that while reactions may differ, a solid majority of consumers are, in some way, adjusting their behavior due to tariffs. All of this points to a fundamental truth about consumer behavior in uncertain economic times. Perception often carries more weight than reality. It doesn't take an actual price hike to cause ripples in the market. Just the fear of one is enough. When buyers believe that prices might rise, or that their options might become more limited, they take steps to protect themselves. In the current environment, that means buying early, shifting to used vehicles, or simply waiting on the sidelines until things become clearer. Dealers, automakers, and policymakers should take note, because this shift in behavior isn't being driven by flashy headlines or short-term trends, but by deeply rooted financial concerns and a desire for stability. In the end, what's happening in the U.S. auto market is a reflection of how uncertainty shapes consumer decision-making. Whether or not tariffs result in widespread price hikes, they've already had a powerful effect. They've changed how people think, plan, and spend. For many Americans, the car buying process is no longer just about choosing a make and model. It's about navigating risk, timing, and trust in a system that feels increasingly unpredictable. And that means, for now, emotional economics may be driving the market more than actual numbers.